Question 8. What we have to do here is to find when the population of Newtown is greater than the population of Old Town. We can see the population of Newtown is 50,000. It's increasing at a steady rate of 5% per annum. So what we can do here is to work out each year what the population of each town is. So if it's an increase of 5%, we're going to be multiplying by 1.05, as that is 100% plus 5% written as a decimal. And for Old Town, it's decreasing at a steady rate of 20%, so that is 100% take away 20%, which is 80%, which we'll use 0.8 as the decimal. So for the first year, for Newtown, call that one N, it's going to be 50,000 times 1.05, and that's equal to 52,500. For Old Town, it'll be 108,000 times 0.8 is 86,400. So it's not 1 year, because that's still higher than that. So second year, we've got to use the new population, not 50,000, so 52,500 times 1.05. So Newtown's population is now 55,125. For Old Town, it's 86,400 times 0.8, and that gives us 69,120. So that is still smaller than that, so let's try for a third year. So 55,125 times 1.05, and that is 57,881.25, and for Old Town that comes to 55,296. So we can see it's at this point that for Old Town has a lower population than Newtown. So answering the question, how many years will it take until the population of Newtown is greater than the population of Old Town? So it will take 3 years for Newtown to have a greater population. I'll probably put than Old Town, but I'm running out of space. Okay, question number 9. A TV signal is sent from a transmitter T via satellite to a village V, as shown in the diagram. The village is 500 kilometres from the transmitter. The signal is sent out at an angle of 35 degrees and received in the village at an angle of 40 degrees. We've got to calculate the height of the satellite above the ground. Well, to find the height, we don't have quite enough information to do this in just one go. So what we can do is use 35 degrees and 40 degrees, add those together. We're going to subtract that from 180. So that tells us that this angle S at the top here is 105 degrees. Now, if I can find one of these two measurements, I can then use basic trigonometry, aka SOHCAHTOA. We can use the height, we can make it into a right angle triangle, and then we can find this measurement here. But to do that, we need to find either this one or this one first. So I'm just going to try and find this one. So if that is V, I'm going to call that one small v, T, small t, S, small s here. So I've got 500, I've got the angle that pairs with that. I'm wanting to find this one, and I've got the angle that pairs with that. I've got 35, I don't have t, but I'm just going to see if I can work out this one. So I'm going to use the two v's, and I'm going to use the two s's. So I'm going to have v over sine v is s over sine s equals t over sine t. So v we don't know, over sine of 40 equals s, that's 500, over sine 105 equals t, we don't know that one, over sine 35. So I'm just going to score that out because I'm not going to bother working out t, I'm just going to use v. I could have used that one and scored that one out, but I'm just going to stick with this one. I'm going to then cross multiply v sine 105 equals 500 sine 40. Then I'm going to divide both sides by sine 105. and that gives me an answer of 332.7 kilometres. So that's our measurement here. Now, what I'm going to do now is, as I said earlier, I'm going to make a right angle triangle. So I've got the height of the triangle, I've got the hypotenuse, and I've got the side down here. So if we have the angle of 35 degrees, this will be our opposite, our adjacent, and this will be our hypotenuse. So using the basic trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA, so we've got the angle, we want to find the opposite, and we've got the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse, opposite, we're going to use sine x equals O over h. So therefore it is sine 35 is O over 332.7. So multiplying both sides by 332.7, O equals 332.7 times sine 35. So therefore O is equal to 190.8 kilometres. So 190.8 kilometres above the ground. Now for question 10, change the subject to the formula to P. I'm going to add 2t to both sides. I'm then going to divide both sides by 3, cancelling these out, which gives me P is R plus 2t all divided by 3.